MrBeast, the genuine protagonist of YouTube.com, you know, really great guy, super charitable, very philanthropic, you know, he cares about people, gives away a lot of his personal wealth to people in need, is actually being canceled for being rich. You know, it's so crazy to me because back in 2016, when Rice Gum used to go around the streets of LA, literally throwing money at homeless people, and quite literally making it rain dollar bills on people who don't have a place to sleep, there were so many people who thought that that was lit, who thought that that was just like a huge flex or something, but you know, now you got people taking it to the absolute opposite polar extreme, which the extreme in 2016 was, OMG, you're poor, get flexed on. The extreme now is, OMG, you're rich, get canceled. And while I do think that both ways of thinking are absolutely brain dead, I have to say, reading some of the tweets that are trying to cancel MrBeast for simply having money just hurt my head. Like, they actually caused me mental pain. Like, I'm deadass about to run over to CVS and cop some aspirin for this headache that I've been caused. And you might be thinking that I'm overreacting or something, but once you read some of the tweets that I'm talking about, I think that you're gonna feel the same way. For example, this tweet right here replying to MrBeast that says, bro, give that money to people in need. Do you know how much money you're spending? Do you know how many people are struggling? Hashtag eat the rich. Huh, MrBeast isn't helping people in need? Well, that's so strange. Well, then explain this. MrBeast giving away free money. MrBeast giving away free food. MrBeast giving away free cars. MrBeast giving away more free cars. MrBeast giving 200 grand to people who have lost their jobs due to COVID. MrBeast giving $1 million of food to people in need. MrBeast giving 10,000 presents to kids for Christmas. MrBeast supporting local businesses. MrBeast literally just giving people money. MrBeast donating to small Twitch streamers. MrBeast tipping waitresses large amounts of money. And let me ask you, person who chose to reply to MrBeast, what are you doing to the people in need? You know, the people who need the bread, you know, the people who could use a bit of the guap injection. I'm gonna guess nothing. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna say confidently, you're doing zero. Because the people who are actually giving back to their communities and donating to people in need don't feel the need to bring down people who are also doing things that are good. Like, I swear to God, dude, when was the last time you've seen MrBeast take shots at the Make-A-Wish program? It just doesn't happen. MrBeast doesn't go and roast these charities. 99% of the time, the people who are complaining about rich people like MrBeast not giving enough money to charity are people who have actually not even given a penny to charity. Also, on a side note, if you're one of those lizards who just sits down on your fat, greasy ass typing up these tweets that target a philanthropist for not giving away enough money to charity, do us all a favor and put on some deodorant and wipe your ass, because you probably smell like shit. Like, dude, I have such a very clear image as to who was on the other side of the keyboard when they wrote that tweet. Image on screen now as to what I think the person who typed up that tweet looks like. But fellas, it gets worse, and as bad as that tweet is, and as inaccurate as it was, I mean, the tweets, yeah, they get worse. For instance, next tweet here says, MrBeast question mark, more like Mr. Feast, hashtag eat the rich. So this one, like, tries to be funny by, I guess, like, rhyming or something, and it just fails atrociously. Like, nobody who at all was given this tweet on their screen produced even the slightest bit of a chuckle. And for maybe, like, the 2 or 3 people who may have laughed at that tweet, they're not actually laughing at what you said, they're laughing at the fact that you seriously voiced an opinion so ridiculous and insane, and think it's true. Like, they're laughing at you in the same way that people laugh at flat earthers. Like, not the haha, you're hilarious kind of laugh, it's the oh my god, you're literally insane type of laugh. Also, I don't really know what the deal is with this hashtag eat the rich thing popping up. Like, this was literally a very small movement in the 1700s. I'm really trying to understand why, like, 300 years later, this, like, slogan is being brought back in response to MrBeast. I mean, if anything, people are just dumb and don't know the actual history behind it, and it's just some, like, slogan that people just throw in their tweet for the heck of it. But with that in mind, let's take another look at some more tweets that are, like, trying to come after MrBeast. This one is incredible. This one says, the fact that MrBeast has to remind everyone of his wealth during such a hard time, hashtag eat the rich. This is one of those tweets that I read and I just have to think to myself, yo, what is this person talking about, like, on any level at all? This person is complaining about how MrBeast is, like, reminding them of his wealth constantly, which, first of all, is just not true at all. But if that really upsets you, then why go after MrBeast of all people, right? I mean, because if he does remind you of his wealth 24/7, which he just doesn't, why go after him considering he gives away so much of his money to charity? Why don't you just go after, like, Lil Uzi Vert, who, like, flexes the amount of money he has in every song? And I'm not saying that I would go after Lil Uzi Vert, okay? I stan Lil Uzi Vert, I love that guy. But, like, it just doesn't make sense to go after MrBeast for for that reason. Like, if that person truly believes the logic of like, oh my god, you know, somebody reminding me of how much money they have is disgusting, then just go after Lil Uzi Vert or somebody who says like, oh, stand on my money, now I'm 6'6". Like, that's just a flex. MrBeast is actually surprisingly humble for the amount of money that he has. Like, yeah, obviously everybody knows that he's rich, but he doesn't just go around being like, yo, I got the guap, I got the bread, y'all are some broke boys. He just doesn't do that. I've never heard MrBeast do that kind of stuff. And if you do that stuff, I don't really care. Like, I'm not gonna try to cancel you because frankly, I don't, like, it doesn't bother me. But if it really gets under your skin that people flex the amount of money that they have, then going after MrBeast is probably like one of your worst targets. Anyway, so this next tweet here goes off the heels of two people having an argument about MrBeast, and then I guess the person losing the argument decided to whip up this gem of a tweet, and they say, just because it was normal at the time doesn't mean it's okay. MrBeast is transphobic and homophobic, period. And he should donate most of his money to gay people. Hashtag eat the rich. I mean, just the absolute audacity of this person to suggest that MrBeast should give away his millions to begin with is crazy. But then for this person to double down and say, oh yeah, I mean, he should just give away his millions to just some random gay people who he may or may not have offended in the past. I mean, you're already out of your mind if you make the claim that MrBeast is like entitled to be giving away his money, or that that's something that he's obligated to do. But then you truly need to be hospitalized if you say things like, oh yeah, he's obligated to give most of, if not all of his money to just like gay people. Like, what? Anyway, I'm losing a little bit of steam on this one, so my boy Blue is gonna come in and just read some of the last tweets that we got here. So anyway, yeah, go sub to him. Great content. Let's get him to 1,000 subs, and yeah, take it away.
TW classism. Despite the pandemic, MrBeast uses his money for stupid YouTube challenges rather than helping those in need. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This tweet makes absolutely no sense. Like, everyone who watches MrBeast or knows anything about him knows that, like, the majority of his videos is literally just, like, giving stuff out to people. Whether it's money or cars, or I'm pretty sure he even gave like a house to someone before. Like, that's part of what he does online. Like, does this girl literally have zero clue who MrBeast is? Isn't MrBeast like the same guy who raised over $20 million to plant trees around the world and gave over $1 million worth of stuff out in all of 2020? Like, I seriously don't understand how someone could be this ignorant to say that MrBeast should use his money to, you know, help people in need when that's literally what half of his channel revolves around. Like, what? I don't know. I'm gonna put all my chips in and say that the girl that wrote this tweet probably wears an obnoxiously large choker with spikes, has purple hair, and probably hasn't showered in over 6 months. Their room is probably dirty and hasn't been cleaned in, you know, over probably a year, I'm gonna say. How much you wanna bet they also have kill all men in their bio? I don't know how to describe it. I just have this one image in my head of what this girl probably looks like. I'll put it on screen and I think you guys will also agree with me. But yeah, anyway, that's my piece. Cheeto, thank you for having me on the channel. Love you, bro, and peace out.
So yeah, obviously go sub to Blue. Excellent content. But with that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down carpet. Follow my social medias and join the Discord server. Links all in the description below. Special thank you to my channel members for your continued support. It really helps me to make the content that I want to make. But with that all being said, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.